I'm standing here at 9528 15th Bay Street in the East Ocean View community of Norfolk, Virginia. This was actually the first listing that Coastal Life Realty took, and I am thrilled to announce that we are headed to closing in the next few days. While the house is still staged, I wanted to give you the opportunity of taking a walk through it with me. And I also wanted to share some details on the transaction, as well as the biggest change that we made on this listing and this house that I will continue to do in all of my listings through the future. So let's dive in. So when I first talked to the owner of this property, we met kind of in the fall of 2024. And when I was looking at comps and I was looking at the market, things were looking very strong. Days on market were low, prices were steady and climbing, and things were they were looking good. I was very confident in our list price. I was very confident that we would get an offer at least within a week. And that is just not what happened. So we did have a tenant in the property. They were good tenants. They kept up with the house and everything, but it was a little bit of a challenge getting in to do, pre-list repairs and updates and cleaning, even getting the photos scheduled and just scheduling showings. It was a little bit of a challenge. So we did have that hurdle to overcome. And then something just happened with the market. I can't explain it. There was a couple other listings in this general vicinity that were experiencing the same thing. So it wasn't just this house. It was just this pocket in this area of Ocean View that was just, things were not moving. So ultimately, we were on the market for about 60 days. We did do one price reduction, which I didn't even think that we needed to do, but I was hoping it would spur on a little bit more activity and just kind of refresh the listing. And that didn't do anything. There was no movement on there. I think we had one showing immediately after doing that, and it just was not working. So I said, you know what? The tenants are moving out. Let's pull the listing off the market. We went in and in a few days, scrubbed everything down. I mean, cleaned everything, touched up some paint, patched holes in the walls, all that good stuff. And then the biggest change that I decided to make was to have it professionally staged. Now, I have always been hesitant of staging, not because I don't see the value in it. Well, that's not true. I didn't see the value in it before, to be completely honest. Staging, professional staging especially, is very expensive. You got to think, you're hiring somebody to move all this furniture into a house, and you're basically renting it from them for a month or two. So it is very expensive. But I thought for this house, we've got to do something different. We have to try something to spur on some activity. And so that's exactly what we did. So we came in, we had it professionally staged. My timeline was very tight because I wanted to get it relisted like immediately after. And so I actually ended up taking my own listing pictures after, and they turned out pretty well for being taken on my cell phone. I'm just gonna say that. So as soon as I got those photos back, I put them on the MLS. One funny thing about it though is they edited the cabinet color. There's blue cabinets here and they made them brown, but I digress. So we put it back on the MLS, and this was actually during this freak blizzard that we had. And so I put it on the day before the snow started, and then the snow started the next day. We ended up having a showing plus a couple other showings that were scheduled, and we ended up receiving an offer in the middle of a blizzard. So we took that offer. It was a great offer. It was everything that we wanted. The closing was a little bit longer than what we wanted, but we worked with it. And here we are headed to closing. So I have found that we are just going to go in any vacant listing that we have that I might have some doubt that we are going to get it sold immediately. We're going to go in and we're going to do things right from the start, and we are going to have it staged professionally from the start.
When I first walked into this house after it had been staged, my jaw was on the floor. I am so impressed with everything the stagers did. It was like night and day between what it looked like before as a vacant house to how it was staged and just filled up. And it felt so much brighter and cleaner. They went ahead and did the entire first floor. So the living room, the dining room, the kitchen, all the walls, the entryways, the bathrooms. They also staged this formal office that's downstairs that's not included in the 4 bedrooms in this house. And then we also chose to stage the primary bedroom upstairs to just kind of brighten it up and fill the space a little bit. And I am just so impressed with the details in the staging, the throw pillows, the lamps, the hardware, the tabletop decor, what they put in the bathrooms. I love it all. And I firmly believe it had everything to do with us getting an offer almost immediately once we had it relisted.
So thank you guys so much for watching. If you are looking to buy or sell in the Hampton Roads area, please give me a shout. My name is Mary LeRae. I'm the owner of Coastal Life Realty and a realtor here in Hampton Roads, and I would love to have the opportunity to work with you. I am always happy to help, and I hope to talk to you soon. Thanks.